Welcome to the Wealth Revolution podcast. My name is Chad Free, and I'm excited to be here today with you. We're going to talk about something crazy, could be controversial. I don't know. We'll see. Who is your master? I'm just throwing it out there. Who is your master? Is it God or is it money? I think our subject today will open your minds. Don't you think, Caden, just a little bit? Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this. You know, what I want to do is I want to read the verse in the Bible, and we're going to talk about the context because so many people don't think about the context. They just look at the contents. A lot of people want the contents, but they don't care to stop and think about the context. So let me just read what it says here. Matthew 6:24, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Okay, so that's where we're going to open this up. First of all, I got to give a huge shout out to Derek Green, Brock Zivan, and Christian Thiessen for really given me the idea for this particular podcast. As some of you know, I do a morning show, and so do those folks. They're also leaders on the morning show. And I kind of took this week's greatest hits and put it together because it really spoke to me, and it made me look at the context instead of the contents. So your contents can't change until your context change. So that's why in my book, it's Mindset and Money Revolution. A lot of people want the money revolution. That's contents. But really, we have to change the way you think about things and have a mindset shift before you can have a money shift. All right, so let's break this down just a bit. All right. So, who is your master? Is it God or is it money? First of all, I talk about you're created on purpose for a purpose, and we don't have to know what the purpose is right away. I believe purpose is total surrender to who God created you to be. Who did He create us to be? Really just a willing vessel to be used by Him in however way He sees fit. All right. That's my belief. So it's our responsibility to pursue that purpose, to pursue what God has for us. It's literally a daily direction. It's a daily journey. And so I'll ask you this. Who do we devote most of our time to? Is it God? Is it our family? Or is it our job? Now, I'm going to say a lot of things here, and you're going to be like, well, we have no choice. We have no choice. You're looking at the contents. I want you to look at the context. All right. I want you to understand, listen to understand, because I'm not bashing jobs. We have to have a job. We have to have, a way to have provision for our vision, right? But that's the thing. That's the shift that I want you to start looking at, is money should be your provision for your vision. So let me ask you a question. I have two kids, two boys, and I made a vow to never, ever, ever miss any of their sporting events, any of their events, as much as I could help it. And thankfully, I've been blessed to where I've been able to do that. Okay. Some people, maybe it's not that high of a priority. Maybe there is an event that you consecutively are missing yearly at the school that comes around every fall because you got to work at your job. You have to be there, right? Or you'll get fired. So there's repercussions if you don't go to your job and work, and maybe you can't ask off. So again, I'm not knocking jobs. I'm not knocking work. But who's in control there? The need to make money is greater than, in that situation, being able to do what you want when you want and who you want to do it with. Let's talk about vacation. You've been wanting to go on vacation, and you've got a group of friends who finally they're going to go on the vacation that's on your bucket list that you've been planning alongside of them for the past 3 years. They're going this summer, right? And you immediately look at your bank account and you immediately start thinking about, your potential raises or lack thereof. The summertime's coming, might not be the best time because I can get some overtime in. We're going to have to sit this one out. Who's in control? Who's in control? So I don't know if you're starting to open your mind just a bit, but it seems to me that we're devoting most of our time in that situation to money. You cannot serve both God and money. Now, last week in our podcast, we talked about the script, the assignment that is uniquely ours that a lot of times we don't ever even discover. And I may or may not have mentioned it earlier in this podcast, but 87% of people, it is said that they never discover their purpose. But what happens is they're on this hamster wheel and they're constantly doing what the script says: go to school, get a job, work hard, save for the future, and you don't even know that you'll be able to enjoy it. So we're so focused on the hustle and the bustle and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times this is our main focus. A lot of times people don't even want to step off the hamster wheel and just be present with their family on vacation. They're thinking about, oh my goodness, is the hamster wheel doing what it's supposed to be doing? Are they missing me? I can't take too much time off. I got to get back on the hamster wheel. Who is your master? That was me. That was me for a long time. I certainly would never admit that. No, money is not my master. How stupid is that sounding coming out of your mouth? But if you ask my feelings, if you ask my emotions, if you saw the anxiety that was created a lot of times just trying to get to that next level for the benefit of my family, right? I was blinded because I was eating the script. And as long as I was eating it, they kept feeding it to me. I had no control of money. I was just trying to get it, to get to the next level for the benefit of my family. Money was the source that dictated what I did, when I did it, and who I did it with, but also how I felt. If I had a good month, I was feeling good. If I had a bad month, it was horrible. Worry, anxiety. What am I going to do? My thoughts, my actions. I was surviving. See, I was completely surviving. And the farthest thing from my mind was thriving or trying to think, why did God create me? What am I really supposed to be doing here? Because my mindset was so consumed with surviving and trying to get more money. And I didn't realize it. So I'm going to ask again, who is your master? I'm admitting that money was my master. That don't even sound right coming out of my mind. But hey, we're real and raw. And the only way that you can change the script is have a choice that maybe you do have a next step. I'm actually going to challenge the idea that if we don't take control of our money and learn about money and figure out what money's doing for us, that we're being disobedient. Because we're supposed to be the master to money, and God is the master of us. So when I talk about money, a lot of times people may automatically say, well, you talk about money, you can't. I actually had a comment one time on one of my ads. Can't serve two masters. You're exactly right. But you're looking at the contents, you're not looking at the context. You see, again, people maintain such focus on maintaining a physical state of diligence so they can maintain that consistent mental state of laziness. That is a subject that they do not want to address because it seems so complex. But you have to. In order to take control of your money, to gain clarity in your money, and ultimately be confident in what your money's doing for you, and you're in control, you're dictating what those little dollars are doing for you. You're the boss of the money. You have to make a choice to confront it. And that's where I believe that, every number has a name, every name has a story, and every story matters to God. So guess what? I, as an advisor, has no place to have judgment and point at you. Oh man, you're running really late. Some people may make you feel like that. Oh, we know some other people that are gurus who make you feel like you're completely stupid for being in debt. And you need to sell that car, ride a bicycle to work. That's what you need to do. You need to sell your car and ride a bicycle to work. There's no reason why you can't. It's only 2 blocks away because you're in debt. You don't have to stop taking your spouse out on a date and eating your filet mignon once a month to eat beef jerky. No. But you have to make a choice to understand how money works in order to gain control of your money. And then you are in control of your money. And it's not a scarcity mindset and limited beliefs that I got to get what I can get because this is all I got right here in my circle. You ever go to the lake and see like the area, the beach, they got the little cones out, not cones, but buoys out. Like this is the swimming section. See, we stay right there and keep swimming right in that area. And hopefully, I'll find some treasure right here. We stay right there in our little circle and we don't even give ourselves an opportunity to create. And that's why we were created on earth, to be creators. So again, who is your master? And can you look now at this verse differently? You have to realize, you have to ask yourself, am I working for money? Am I trading my time for money? And listen, everybody starts somewhere. Most successful people have had a setback to set them up for something greater. Most people have had a breakdown to have their breakthrough. But a couple of my coaches, Tim Story and Coach Burt, say some of those things. It really just it sinks in, right? Because unless you make a choice, you can't see the picture when you're stuck inside the frame. You will continue wondering how, when your questions should be, who can help me? So let me ask you this. As far as the next step, you have to make that choice, number one, to take a next step. And really that is just, okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So where are you right now financially? Your financial state right now, you got to be raw and real, and you got to be honest with yourself. You can't run from it, deny it. Where am I right now? Am I doing anything? What am I doing? I think the value is in the comparison, right? So see what you're doing. And is there a better way to make your financial picture better? Let me ask you this question. Today, we all depend on GPS. And we'll put that destination in and it'll spit out them directions. Let me ask you something. When you take off, are you worried that GPS might be telling us a story? Might be lying to us? Are you anxious? Or you're like, man, I don't know if this is right. Why is it taking me this way? Why is it taking me that way? It's directions to get you to the destination. Most of the time when we have those directions telling us what to do, we're not really worried. We're not questioning this stuff. We're confident because we have a plan. So your next step, if you want to be obedient and take control of your money and realize that I'm not going to let money be my master anymore. Like me, I actually admitted that money was my master. Where are you now, and where are you trying to go? Maybe you don't even know where you're trying to go. Let's look at where you are and what direction are you headed? Do you even know what direction you're headed? And let's map out in the direction that you're headed. Is that the destination that you want to wind up at? Because if you don't have directions, you will continue to wonder and wander yourself through life, just holding on into mere survival and striving to one day catch a break. And you will be at the mercy of money and your employer and whatever it takes to satisfy those financial needs. It really needs to be the other way around. Money is provision for your vision. And that vision is what God put in your heart and what he wants to do in your life. So I'm sure also that, people that just watch a few clips of mine or don't listen to the whole context, they may abruptly just say, he's preaching a prosperity gospel. If you get right with God, your money will get right. That's not at all what I'm talking about. That is not what the wealth revolution is all about. If you truly listen to understand, true wealth is an abundance of everything that you value, and it starts from the inside. When you pursue your purpose, listen to me, when you pursue your purpose, you know what that means? That means surrendering to saying, God, I want to be who you want me to be, and I want you to use me how you want to use me. That is surrender, pursuing your purpose. That's step one. And really, it's like a domino effect from there. As long as you come with a pure posture in your heart of truly surrendering, God will unlock that potential inside of you that you may or may not have ever realized that you had. Potential and talent are two different things. Talent, you can practice, you can, skills, you can do all of that. A gift and that potential is not learned, earned, or even deserved. That is what your assignment is. That is so unique to you, that makes you one of one. You're not in a race with anybody else. You pursue your purpose. God will unlock the potential. You will then be so present. You will be present. You will be where your feet are, and you won't be thinking about the deal closing 5 years from now and 2 years from now and throwing the football with your kids. Do you see how convicted I am of this? I am. Because, guys, that was me. I'm throwing the ball with my kids, and I'm focused on the deal closing tomorrow. I wasn't present. I'm present now. And so many business leaders and entrepreneurs and sales professionals, I know how you feel. Yeah, I know how you feel. You want it so bad, and you want it for your family. But the script keeps feeding you as long as you keep taking it in. And again, that's why I'm passionate about you need to wake up, disrupt the status quo, turn the tables. Purpose, potential, you're present. Then you will start experiencing profit, not only externally, but internally. You will feel that abundance that you've sang about in church and you never knew how you could get it. That is profit internally. When you can look at somebody and they said, you know what, you touched my life by what you said here or said there, or you took time to stop and help me do this or help me do that. That's an internal profit that you can't put a price tag on. And I'm going to share a story with you real quick that means so much to me. And I don't know if this person will watch this or hear this, but I won't mention your name. I got a message just the other day, and this just hit me just now to share this. And it just said that she's been meaning on reaching out to me because 25 years ago when we first met, she was in the youth group and she just couldn't quite fit in. And people had their friend groups, and it was kind of tightly, just it was real tight. You know what I mean? And it was hard to get in those friend groups if you're somebody that's new. And she said, but Chad, you were so kind to me and you was always nice to me. And that friend group started seeing how I was treating you, and it started trickling down to them, and they started having more acceptance. And for 25 years, she thinks about me often. She said, whether it's the Holy Spirit, whether it's a post, she said, and she just felt led that she wanted to reach out to me and tell me thank you, because that was a pivotal time in their life where she made a trajectory change of just loving herself for who she was. I believe there's no such thing as rejection. Some will, some won't, so what? When you are doing what God called you to do, you have a remarkable boldness and confidence in your life. And the last thing, guys, pursue your purpose, unlock your potential. You become present and you will start experiencing profit both internally and externally. And at the very top of that pyramid is peace. That is true alignment. That is true alignment. But you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice that you're not going to serve that master of money anymore. You got to make a choice that you truly are going to devote yourself into who God created you to be. When you do that, you will not have to chase anymore. You will attract opportunities. You will attract the right partnerships. You will attract just the right things in your life. See, that's where the faith comes in. You serve God and you have faith that He'll take care of you and He will meet your every need. Guys, I hope that this podcast hits home to you. Again, I want to thank my boys for I really just took a little bit of everything they said this week and it really hit home. And I just want to ask that you stop and you pause for a minute and ask yourself, where am I right now? Is money really dictating how I live my life and how I feel? Or am I in control of money? Money is an unlimited resource. And I promise you, God will give you the provision when you line your mission up with His vision for your life. Guys, God bless you. Share this. If you want to talk, get on my calendar. I'm glad to help you. Let's find out where you are and let's find out your next steps and let's put it in the GPS. And hey, guess what? Sometimes in that GPS, we want to hit the fastest route too, right? So maybe we can get you there a lot quicker than you think. God bless you. Take care. See ya.